I noticed, I'm like, why do I keep snacking? I'm snacking. I'm not even eating properly. I'm not like going to make food or even going to buy food, but I'm just snacking. And I noticed that I snack when I'm stressed. And I know that I have definitely been stressed. It's just that time of year, you know, holidays. I just feel like stressed just from maybe subconsciously grief, maybe subconsciously because my life isn't where I want it to be. Maybe because financially, not maybe, I know because financially I'm not where I want to be. And I'm just feeling stress and pressure around this time of year. And it usually happens just because I have a lot going on this time of year. From November on to February, March, it's pretty jam-packed with birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, you know, it's just always something. So that's what's kind of been on my mind. And I noticed like it was affecting my eating habits. So I'm actually fasting for the day. I'm trying to fast for the day. So, so far so good. And one of the things that I like to do when I fast is I like to just be more prayerful, more intentional, spend time in the Word. So you did see me pick up my Bible today. And like one of the questions that I was asking myself, where do you go to when you feel stress, anxiety? What do you do when you feel those pressures of just life? And I'm very quiet in those times. I don't really share much when I am going through those times for whatever reason. I don't want anyone to project their issues on me. You know, if I'm believing for something and I have faith that something is going to happen, I don't want someone's lack of faith or, you know, lack of belief be projected onto me, and now their thoughts are in my head and I can't hear my thoughts and my faithfulness because I'm hearing their stuff all in my stuff. So I tend to be quiet. I don't really share, you know, when I'm going through stuff. But what I do tend to do is I do tend to speak to God, because I know that, you know, when I'm talking to God, I'm only going to get back the things that I'm supposed to get back. I'm not going to get confusion and doubt mixed in with what I am praying about, you know, because He is not a God of confusion. He is not a God of doubt. You know, fear and faith can't operate in the same space. So we have to diminish that fear in order to have him be able to fill us up and be able to be what we need him to be in our lives. It's going to be the enemy that's going to give you doubt. He's going to confuse you. And it may not be the person that is the enemy. It's the enemy using the person to spread the fear and spread the doubt. So just be very intentional about what you do when you're going through a time of stress and anxiety. So I just wanted to like just chit chat with you just randomly, just to talk to you about that. My study time today, I was looking in the Bible. I wanted to find out more stories about the widow, and the word widow is mentioned in the Bible like 103 times. I think it's like 30 something times in the New Testament and like 68 times in the Old Testament. And so I just wanted to hear like the different stories of the widows, how they were used in the Bible. So, I mean, I found some information out about widows, but I guess it really wasn't what I was looking for. And I guess what I'm just trying to say is that I was looking for a story about a widow whose story that I could relate to. One of the more popular stories about a widow is the story of Ruth. Ruth is actually not the widow. She's the daughter-in-law who stayed with the widow. So there wasn't really a story that I could find that actually pertained to my situation. Then I went into my devotional. And so my devotional took me to Proverbs, was Proverbs 16:9. In his heart a man plans his course, but the Lord determines his steps, which basically I took for me to be like, yes, I have my own plans, right? I planned to be married forever. I planned the man that I married. I had this whole relationship and future and everything in my mind for a long time. I don't even know if I really considered God in that. You know, I met my husband at a young age, and from there we were just inseparable. And so at that point in my life, I wasn't consulting God, like, God, is he supposed to be the person that I'm supposed to be with? You know, at different points in my life and in my relationship with him, I asked God, you know, what's going to happen in my life? And the answer that I got back was that everything is going to be okay. So it was confirmation to me that, you know, even though I have plans for my life, even though I have, you know, uncertainty, even though I have anxiety, even though I have stress and, you know, just concerns about what my next move is supposed to be, you know, like I've said in previous videos, this is the time where I'm always very reflective. What am I supposed to do now? Where am I supposed to go now? What is your plan for my life, Lord? This was just confirmation that even in times of uncertainty, even in times where I thought I knew I had everything worked out, even in times where things just did not work out the way that I thought it was supposed to work out, his word, his audible word to me that I heard many years ago, that everything is going to be okay, is confirmed in scripture. That's how you know when you hear something is from God, because it's confirmed. It's confirmed in scripture. It might be confirmed from someone else, but it's been confirmed, and it continues to be affirmed and confirmed in my spirit that when things don't go according to plan, when things are uncertain, when you're confused about certain things, rest assured, put my cares and cast my cares on him, because he is the author and the perfecter of my fate. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the beginning and the end. And I just want to read this to you. It said, God often works in miraculous ways. We see his glory in changing heavens. We see his handiwork in the grandeur of creation. Yet God is also the creator of the small and everyday things, the perfection of the rose and the fragility of the forget-me-not. All of these things reflect a creative God who is also the master and order of detail. We so easily forget that God is interested in our well-being. Just consider how many times he has guided you through difficult circumstances. So yeah, like I have numerous of difficult circumstances, I can just think about how he carried me through those things, and how if it weren't for him, I don't know how I would have gotten through those things. And looking back on those things, it's like, yeah, when you're going through those difficult times, it's more difficult to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But that is why it is good to have a relationship. That is why it is good to spend time with God. That is why it is good to read, because he will give you confirmation. He will give you answers to the concerns and the desires of your heart. So I just felt led to share that with you all. If there are any of you out there that are struggling with where you are in life right now, maybe you don't know what your next move is supposed to be. Maybe you are going through a time of financial strain. Maybe you are just stressed about who you are and what your purpose is in life. Just know that although you have a plan, although you have goals, although you have this time frame of when you're supposed to do something, be something, become something, that God is interested in the details, and his time is perfect timing. And although you have a plan, his plan is far greater than yours, and he will bless you with the things that are far greater than what you could ever think or imagine. So just trust in him. Trust in what he is able to do. Trust in what he is capable of. And although our things seem so big to us, if you compare them to the God that we serve, if you compare them to the God that he is, these things are small to him, and he can do exceedingly abundantly above all that you could ever think, ask, or imagine. And rest in that he is, he can, and he does. And he is a God that will keep his word and will not come back to him void. So I don't know who that was for. It certainly was for me. But if that is for any of you, I just hope that that blesses you and, you know, is confirmation and maybe some things that you've been grappling in your spirit with. I'm going to go back to doing what I need to do to get ready for the rest of my day, and I'll pop back in with you guys a little later. Hey family, so I'm back, and again it's much later. It's like 4:30, so I've been home for a little bit. Janae's back there playing with her toys. I'm about to get off of work, make us something to eat. We was actually gonna do some running around after work. We have a party to go to on Friday. It was Carter's birthday yesterday, and so I still have to get gifts. So I was gonna run around with my mom to do that, but she got lazy. She's like, oh, I'm tired. So we're gonna try that again tomorrow. So that'll be in tomorrow's vlog. As for us today, Janae wants to record something for her channel, and so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna end the vlog off here. If you made it to this part in the video, you are a real one. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, sis, please give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the box below. Let me know what you do when you are feeling anxious or stressed. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so, and share this with somebody that you think would enjoy my type of content. All of these are free ways to help support my channel, and I appreciate everything that you do and all the ways that you support me, and thank you so much for being here. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.